In the next 48 hours, says the fate of Los Angeles will be decided. Meteorologists warn that hot, dry winds will intensify, with the potential to drive the flames straight into the city's most densely populated areas. Authorities have issued an urgent call. Residents must prepare survival kits, stock up on food and medicine. Evacuation orders have been declared, and the message is clear. Do not hesitate. Do not turn back. Leave immediately when instructed. The destruction caused by the fire threatens not only human lives, but also strikes directly at the economy. Thousands of homes, businesses, and billions of dollars worth of infrastructure are at risk of turning to ash. Insurance companies are bracing for an unprecedented wave of claims that may surpass all previous records. This is no longer a local disaster, it is a national crisis. American media is broadcasting non-stop, updating the situation minute by minute. But not only domestically, international outlets such as BBC, Al Jazeera, and Sky News are reporting live, calling it one of the most alarming wildfires of the decade. Los Angeles, the city of Hollywood and the American dream, is now under threat from a massive sea of fire. Experts have pointed to the root causes. Years of prolonged drought have turned forests into vast barrels of dry gunpowder. When the flames meet the powerful Santa Ana winds, they erupt into a firestorm that is nearly impossible to contain. Climate change has made this wildfire season more extreme and unpredictable than ever before. Thick black smoke blankets the skyline. Ash falls heavily across neighborhoods. Even the iconic Hollywood Hills are within reach of the flames. Thousands have already fled, but many others remain trapped. Highways are scenes of chaos, cars jammed together, horns blaring, while in the distance, walls of fire glow bright red as they advance. Emergency services keep repeating the same message. Human lives matter above all else. Police officers and firefighters go door to door urging immediate evacuation. Those who stay behind to protect their belongings are putting themselves in deadly danger. As night falls, the threat grows worse. Temperatures remain high. Humidity is at record lows, and the winds spread fire further into the darkness. Reports from major news outlets capture heartbreaking stories. Families losing everything in just minutes. Homes, keepsakes, entire lives reduced to ash. Some describe the fire as a living monster, breathing and devouring everything in its path. On social media, countless videos are spreading. Highways choked with smoke. Ash raining down on cars. Entire communities swallowed by fire. Yet amid the chaos, there are stories of bravery. Volunteers handing out masks and water. Neighbors opening their homes to evacuees, and firefighters charging into danger to pull survivors from the flames. Over 10,000 firefighters are battling across California. Helicopters and firefighting planes fly non-stop, dumping tons of water and fire retardant over the burning mountainsides. But shifting winds make every effort fragile. Officials admit if the weather does not turn in their favor, Los Angeles could be facing a disaster of historic proportions. The wildfire threatening Los Angeles is not just a natural disaster. It is a harsh reminder that climate change and record-breaking heat are pushing us into an era of megafires. Yet even in the orange glow of destruction, the human spirit shines through, resilient. united, refusing to abandon one another. While smoke and ash still darken the skies, hope remains, found in the helping hands, in those still fighting on the front lines, and in the determination to rebuild from the ashes.
Nature doesn't send us warnings, but we can. Floods, earthquakes, wildfires, and storms are striking harder and faster than ever before. By subscribing, you are not just watching, you are joining a movement to stay alert, stay informed, and helps others to do the same. Hit the subscribe now because the next disaster won't wait, and neither should you. Be ready and be aware.
Whoa! Whoa! Amazing! Whoa! Whoa!
On August 24th, Typhoon Kajiki suddenly intensified, reaching Category 2 status with maximum sustained winds of up to 162 kilometers per hour. As it approached Hainan Island, the storm's outer circulation began to batter the southern coastal areas of Guangdong Province. Local meteorological agencies issued urgent warnings, forecasting torrential rain, violent gusts, and widespread flooding, while urging residents to prepare for emergency conditions. Hours before landfall, heavy rain had already begun lashing Hainan's coastlines, with winds growing stronger by the minute. Authorities swiftly mobilized emergency forces and prepared evacuation plans for tens of thousands of households in vulnerable regions. By August 26th, the Hainan provincial government raised the disaster alert to red level, the highest category, signaling the threat of catastrophic damage. Nearly 20,000 residents from low-lying and coastal areas were evacuated to safer inland shelters. At the same time, more than 21,000 fishermen were brought back to shore, ensuring no one remained at sea during the storm. In Sanya, Hainan's most famous tourist destination, all public services and transportation systems ground to a halt. Airports, ferries, and bus routes were suspended. Thousands of tourists found themselves stranded in hotels, while countless flights were canceled or indefinitely delayed, throwing the bustling resort city into chaos. When Kajiki swept over southern Hainan, Sanya and nearby areas were inundated with extreme rainfall, with some districts recording 250 to 320 millimeters in just 24 hours. Drainage systems were quickly overwhelmed, turning roads into rivers. Residents reported entire neighborhoods submerged, paralyzing daily life and making movement nearly impossible. The combination of fierce winds and relentless rain created treacherous driving conditions. Cars were left stranded in floodwaters, motorcycles were toppled by gusts, and pedestrians rushed to seek shelter. Images of uprooted trees, shattered branches littering the streets, and fishing boats thrown onto harbor piers by massive waves vividly illustrated the storm's destructive power. The devastation did not stop at flooding. Power and communication networks across vast areas collapsed. Tens of thousands of households were plunged into darkness and cut off from the outside world. Repair crews worked through the night to restore service, prioritizing hospitals, evacuation centers, and essential facilities. At the port of Sanya, a vital hub for both tourism and trade, operations came to a complete standstill. High seas and powerful winds prevented vessels from docking. The local tourism economy, the backbone of Hainan, was severely hit. Hotels, restaurants, resorts, and beaches were forced to close indefinitely, leaving thousands of workers temporarily unemployed. In response to the disaster, local authorities quickly deployed rescue teams, military units, police, and medical staff. Soldiers and emergency crews evacuated residents, cleared fallen trees, and reopened critical routes for ambulances. Inside evacuation centers, thousands of families huddled together on makeshift mats. Children received cartons of milk, while the elderly were cared for by on-site doctors. Powerful images of solidarity and resilience in the face of disaster. On social media, residents posted live updates by the minute, rooftops torn away by winds, entire streets blocked by fallen trees, and neighborhoods swallowed by floodwaters. International news outlets echoed the scenes, calling Kajiki a stark reminder of the growing extremity of global weather events. By the morning of August 27th, Kajiki had weakened while moving into the South China Sea toward Vietnam. Yet the damage left behind in Hainan was staggering. Streets lay in ruins with uprooted trees and wrecked vehicles. Homes stood roofless, and residents were left shaken by the scale of destruction wrought by just a Category 2 storm. Experts have warned, even though Kajiki did not make direct landfall, the level of devastation highlights how fragile coastal cities remain in the face of nature's fury, no matter how modern or well-prepared they may seem. In the weeks ahead, recovery will be long and difficult. Restoring electricity, repairing transportation, and supporting thousands of displaced families will be no small task. Yet amid the hardship, the resilience, unity, and determination of the people of Hainan shine through, proving once again the enduring strength of human spirit when faced with disaster.
Nature doesn't send us warnings, but we can. Floods, earthquakes, wildfires, and storms are striking harder and faster than ever before. By subscribing, you are not just watching, you are joining a movement to stay alert, stay informed, and helps others to do the same. Hit the subscribe now because the next disaster won't wait, and neither should you. Be ready and be aware.